Chippy, how are you?
I'm really, really good. I've been listening to this new album.
It's not new, it's an old album.
It's Radiohead's New Shape Film.
Oh, Chippy, you are naughty, don't swear, it's rude to swear.
Piss off, you bastard.
Right, I'm being shot there. Let's have a look. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Oh. Welcome to the beautiful ribble. Today, we're on the ribble, on the South Smoke Church Street, and we're doing something a little bit different because I'm always doing something. We're going to be fishing the bolo rod, hopefully for perch. Now, I know you're thinking, it's a bit weird. Very deep swim. Predators that hang around this area, so chub, perch, pike, some roach, but we're going to fish big target bait. I can hold back with this rod and I can take a lot of control out of these perch. A lot of rock down here, I can keep them further out from the rock, nice and easy. So bait today, lots and lots of red maggots. There's a few whites in there. We've got some worms and we've got some hemp. Now we're putting bread feed and hemp in and all the rest of it to try and bring in the bait fish, as it were. And we will catch some bait fish, it's going to happen. But hopefully we should get some of those bigger perch. I'll show you the tackle now. We're using a 7 metre continental rod. It's a Shimano Airnos, designed for this sort, well, for putting big floats out. We're roughly fishing around about, I'd say, 10 foot deep. Got a 5 gram bolo on. Around about, I'd say, 3 foot away from the hook length, we have a 5 gram Olivet with a string of number 8s on it, just to trim it down and to stop it tangling. A couple of number 8s further down, just below it here, and a size 16 animal hook, which is more than strong enough to handle it. And what we're going to be doing is I'll be popping a worm on, and we're going to trim the worm down, get all that scent out. So we've got a bit of shot worm on there, as it were, and a couple of reds, and we're going to get straight on with it. Now I've picked a little spot in the swim where there's a bit of slack and I can hold back very well on the bolo. It's a big wide shouldered bolo because it's quite turbulent, the water out there. So we're just going to be fishing in this area here. There's a nice bit of flow going out there and the perch will be holding in close down the side. I'm using a 3000 size reel, around about 4 pound line. So basically, positive with the cast, and I'm going to bring it back into the area where I'm hoping there's going to be some perch, and I can basically pop that down and feed quite tightly on that swim. I'm going to put lots of maggot on that. Don't want to get them too close because there's rock on the side and we don't want them getting snagged up in any of that rock. And with the rod I can sort of like hook it in like that and take total control of that float, keep it as stationary as I possibly can, and we'll see what happens. I fancy something a bit different. So keep those maggots going in because that's what we really want. Having a big target bait like a big piece of worm on, it's got that scent going on. Tips off with a couple of maggots. But there's always a possibility that still will catch small fish as well. Might even catch a roach or something there. really tight balls of red food. Now this is it's dyed red. It's got maggots in it, it's got a bit of hemp in it. It's also got PVA 1 binder. I want this to go right down to the bottom and stay there. That should bring in the small bait fish. Let's keep moving this bait down. You've got to be positive in casting. Don't want any tangles. That was a take then, I'm sure of it. Yeah. Do that, do it drop.
Well, that's to have been checked around 7 times this year. Oh, right. No. Not too bad. I think we'll be up against it a bit today.
It's not what I wanted. It's a little baby chub. Little baby chub. Don't they? That's the first time in all the years I've ever had my rod licence checked. Superb. Right, back on really. Let's see if we can get these perch rolling. I don't think it is. It's more of a roach. Beautiful roach. Before it lands, grab the line, feather it in, straightens all the rigs out. Use the length of the rod to guide your float into the area. Let it settle in nice and gently. Really want one of these perch. Won't say no to a roach. That's fact, I'm going to leave those maggots on. Lovely roach. We'll have a go out there. That is ice cold, that fish. Ice cold. Lovely roach. Finally got one. No, I think it's another roach. Lovely roach, like. Don't lose this one, Gary. Took long enough. Beautiful. Oh, absolute stunning. Oh, it's a beauty. It's a look, yeah. Right. Beautiful that fish. Absolute. Get that baby out. Nice big perch. It's a lovely roach. Lots of perch. Actually lots of perch. So perch tactics worked. Few roach. Lots of perch. Absolutely gorgeous. So absolutely really good day. I'll let this one go. Catch you what later.
Welcome to the kitchen. How are you doing? Today it's going to be one tune only. This will set the scene of my life, some of my memories and things that have happened in the past. Check this out. Oh. Remember that? 18, Saturday afternoon. Oh yeah. Cheers all, it's been a tough week, or tough few weeks. Cheers. Right. Let's go out this bag up. Could start a story, and we'll start it, and obviously the film's about perch. So I've got to sort of like sidetrack it a bit. Anyway, a few weeks ago, and it was really funny at the time because I'm a lot older now, but we'll go back a few years. But I was fishing on a local water. I was filming at the same time with one of my friends. I was there for quite a while. And then you get that burning sensation in the back of your neck that somebody's watching you. I'm looking to the left, I'm looking to the right, and there's nobody around. Still get this burning sensation that somebody's watching me. What the hell's that? And then I heard, because it was really windy that day, and then I heard a bit of a cracking noise in the back. Like branches breaking or something like that. So I looked behind me, and there's a guy stood behind me in the bushes. I'm pretty certain he might have seen me with the long hair and thought, oh, I've got, you know what I mean, bit of a pervert, I thought. Anyway, I thought, Jesus, am I seeing things? There's a guy in the back there, and he must have been there for ages, staring at me in these bushes. I thought, he looked the right weird one. It was sort of like a cross between, Sam Elliott, who was, I don't know if you remember the film, The Big Lebowski. Sam Elliott was like the cowboy, he was at the bar, right? A bit like, what was his name now? Who used to be in It Ain't Half Hot Mum. What was his name? Windsor Davis, right? Bit like that, but Windsor Davis is a big fella. You know, and you think, oh, Jesus Christ, he's, you know, like, got that big moustache thing going on. But definitely not Windsor Davis, you know, more along the lines of Mr. Mackay and Porridge. Mr. Mackay, remember him? Oh, Porridge, that was brilliant. But about the size of an Ewok, not much bigger, but he had like this flashes mac on. Anyway, I thought it was a bit strange. He was there for a while, he was just staring at me, really weird, you know, like, ooh, eyes going through. So, anyway, what happened was, I felt very uncomfortable. Anyway, he buggered off. Anyway, around about, I don't know, half an hour later, he comes back again. But this time he's with somebody. And I recognised the person who was with him. He was a really nice guy, because I spoke to him before on the riverbanks. Very nice guy. But he was with somebody. So I thought, well, he must know this other guy. So anyway, I thought, that's good enough for me. And I've met this other guy, so I introduced myself to this guy again. Hello, how are you doing? That sort of thing. Yeah. So I went to speak to this other guy, and Jesus Christ, this guy just stared right through me like I was a piece of shit. And I might be a piece of shit, but this guy, you know what I mean? You know, he's like one of these sort of people that I get the impression would, you know, like put an order into Amazon to get some police cones, you know, to stick outside the front door to stop people parking on his doorstep. Possibly does a lot of line dancing with his wife, and dresses up in rubber gear over night time and gets it up his arse, like sort of thing. Anyway, it made me feel very, very uncomfortable. It was that instant dislike. Anyway, a little bit of sort of like asking around. I thought it was a bit of a strange one, this one. And somebody come up with a name, and they said, I think I know who it is. It's a very strange name, very sort of like really strange name. So he said, I'm pretty certain that this guy's name is Rudolph Sphincter. So, Rudolph Sphincter? What the fuck's Rudolph Sphincter? So, anyway, I had to do something about it. Well, after me, I've got some of my tea left on my face. Right, well, after my friend had told me that his name was Rudolph Sphincter, I thought, that's a posh name, isn't it? Sphincter. Sounds really posh. German as well, I thought. German. So, I thought, I better type it into what's named Google and just see what it comes up with, because it could be a real good, you know, royal name. And anyway, this is what Google told me. I'm going to ask Google right, so Google, what is a sphincter? I get a drawing, I don't know what the bloody hell it is. I'll have to ask it again on that. What is a sphincter?
This is the definition of sphincter. A ring of muscle surrounding and serving to guard or close an opening or tube, such as the anus or the openings of the stomach.
Oh my lord! Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, that could be him. The sound... Yeah, it's him. Oh, the dirty bastard. Anyway, the reason why I mentioned this was because it brings back... How does it link to perch? Right. When we were younger, a lot younger, right, I'd say would have been the mid-1980s, 83, 84, 85. I used to hang around with a good crowd of lads. It was like Mike Pethitas, Salty, I've loved the guy to bits. There was Dennis Corbett, who's sadly passed away. His brother Martin Corbett. and a lot of other lads like Limbo and all the rest of it. And we used to always fish when we were young in Trafford Park on the banks of the Bridgewater, a place what we called the Perch Pit or the Pit, and it was like a water outlet that used to come out from GEC, and we used to go down to this Perch Pit, and it was a deep pit. It was like a water outlet for GEC where they used to work do the big turbine generators, and when they were testing they could actually release water into the canal through this big concrete structure, and it had windows in it going to the canal, and the perch would come in and out, and it was very deep. It was all like a concrete structure, very deep, and there was always shopping trolleys and all sorts in the bottom of it, and we could hang with the perch bobbers and all the rest of it, big worms, and we'd fish for the perch, and we used to get some big ones, you know what I mean? So it was a regular occurrence. Anyway, it always makes me giggle. It's back in the time, right? Around the, you know, you'd remember sort of things through the 1970s and going up to 1980s, like superstars and the likes of Kevin Keegan falling off his push bike on that track, which was obviously crap, you know what I mean? It was like proper rough ass gravel. And he'd come off it, and I like Kevin Keegan, but I remember he was proper competitive. I remember watching that footage when he was going down on his bike, 1976. He clipped the back wheel of some other guy, I don't know who the other guy was, but Kevin Keegan went sliding on his ass and then sort of froze there like that, and he was proper scuffed up to foot, like, you know, like a right mess. But anyway, by the by, we'll forget about Kevin Keegan for now. But it was just it was them sort of era, you know what I mean? It was like happy-go-lucky, and there was all sorts of fun things going on. Anyway, back in them days, right, we used to fish this perch pit. Anyway, we were at the perch pit. We had like metal frames going around it, so we'd be hanging around there of an evening, catching perch. And through the week, some strange guy used to come jogging down the canal, but been one or two of us on our own. We wouldn't say anything, but very strange looking guy. A bit like, he looked a lot like Jeff Lynne out of the ELO back in the day with the aviator style glasses on and the curly locks, but he had the Beckenbauer, what's his name now? Boris Becker sort of thing going on with the headbands, you know, like the tennis thing going on, and the sweatbands around the arm, and he come running down, but very, very camp. Over camp, if you know what I mean, like something not quite right here with this guy, because it was very flamboyant with the arms and everything, a bit like, I wouldn't like to say what, like chase me, but you know, like, I wouldn't say he was gay, he was just not, and I haven't got any problems about, don't get me wrong. Anyway, when we were young, this guy come down the canal, and on this particular night he was coming down, and it was all legs and arms and everything was coming down the canal, very, very slow and very deliberate, and I thought, and we were on the opposite bank, and if you knew the area, you knew full well we had to climb down walls to get to this, so there was no gates in and out, there was, but it was always locked. So I think somebody had piped up or something, I don't know if it was Dennis or something, like, alright there, go, just something like that. Anyway, he stopped and looked across at us, and he had, right, like a gold running vest on, right, and a pair of hot pants, very similar to what Kylie would wear. Not much difference, right up the crack of his arse, but he, like I say, he's a lot like Jeff Lynne, but with the looks, but he had a bit of a round tummy, a bit like Big Daddy sort of thing. Anyway, he looked at us and started feeling his crotch, like, and we're going like, whoa, 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 whoa. So we shouted some abuse across to him, and he must have thought to himself, well, I'm protected here. And he was obviously some form of pervert, and there's quite a few of us there. So he'd moved a few yards along under the bridge at Moss Road. It's like a little bridge that go over the canal, like a road bridge, but it weren't a busy road bridge because there was just a gate at the end where GC was. So he must have been going down there for a while, so he must have thought, you know what, I'll expose myself and flash to these lads. But he was a little bit worse than that. So what he'd done is he bent over like this, dropped his gold hot pants like that, wiggling his arse, right? And he had a red G-string on. Fucking bollocks hanging out the bottom of him and all the rest of it. Oh my lord, we've gone Jack, Jesus Christ, because we're only young kids. What he didn't realise, that all of us, at one point or other, in our tackle boxes or in our rod bags, would always have either air rifles or air pistols. And on this one occasion, in my tackle box, and I'd only bought it a couple of weeks before on this occasion, there was a 2.2 BSA Scorpion pistol. And I've been tampering around with a spring on it and all the rest of it. It was always in the box because if we were on the canal and there was any rats around, we'd pop a couple of rats, like in between fishing. So the lads were egging me on to sort of like, go on, shoot him in the arse, shoot him in the arse. And he's bent over, he's not looking at us, he's bent over playing with his balls through his legs, like, and we thought, all right, well, I'll shoot him in his arse. So I thought, it can't be anything but, it's a bit like bullseye, you know what I mean? I'll have you right in the arse. Well, they're not very powerful, these air pistols. They're powerful, but, over that range, you know what I mean? There's no scope on it or anything like that. It's hit and miss sort of thing. So I thought, aim for his arse, crack of his arse, I'll get him. So I took aim like that, wobbling all over. When I let go, all you heard was screaming, ah! Ah! It was like the worst shot on this planet. I got him right in the nutsack. I was aiming for his arse and I got him in the nutsack. Well, he was wriggling all over the floor. Absolutely hard, pissing me sides. It was like, oh my God, he's going to be like Dr. David Banner in a minute. You get really angry. No, like, I'm incredible. No, like, Lou Ferrigno. But no, he didn't. He pulled his pants up as quick as he could and he started running. But he was running like hell for leather down this canal to get out of there because he'd realised that we could climb walls a lot quicker than adults could. We were up and over that wall. We thought, you know what, we'll have him, right? We'll track him down. We were only quite young, but we'll give him a good kicking, right? And we got the air pistol anyway. So anyway, we chased him all back up the canal, up towards me, and he turned right, and he went up, and we were right behind. We thought we were going to get him. We were gaining on him. I thought, we gain on him, we'll have him. Anyway, we chased him up and he went up this embankment back down towards Moss Road and he jumped in. And it was funny at the time because we hadn't noticed this car before, but he jumped into, and at the time people used to do cars up, like Escorts, and they put alloy wheels on them and minis and things like this. Well, as we ran up, there was like a mustardy brown coloured Morris Marina, and he'd souped it up like with like jacked up to suspension and some Wolf Race alloy wheels on it and an air scoop on the fucking front of it and blacked out fucking windows, and he jumped in it and we were gaining on him. I've never seen a Morris Marina move so fast in my fucking life. Anyway, it was gone and it was like, oh my God, have we just seen what we've just seen? Anyway, we couldn't stop laughing. It was completely and utterly hilarious. Anyway, I'm very sorry. We did catch a lot of perch that night in the pit, and I just thought I'd share that with you. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later. Little song for you. Hey. shoot that guy with my gun. Catch you later. See you later. Hope you enjoyed. Please, if you enjoy the films, please share with your friends. Please, it'll go a long way. It's tough times at the moment. We're not going to be able to get out and do the things that we usually would do. Fishing for one of them. So it's going to be tough for everybody. A lot of love out there for everybody. Stay safe, everybody. Please like the films and sharing would be great. Subscribe even. I'm trying my hardest to carry on filming. I'll try my hardest to do some fishing films. I'll try my hardest to sing some songs. I'll catch you later. See you later.